and welcome back to God Speaks on my channel, Siobhan Brady, Spiritual Mentor. I'm coming in today to, well, when God speaks through me, He brings many messages, and I never know exactly when He'll ask me to perhaps share something with you. And the last few days have been challenging energy-wise for a lot of us, and in the voice healing that I did yesterday evening, which you'll see on my channel if you want to scroll through, is all about surrender and the need for us to come back into the energy of God rather than perhaps the institution of God, if you like, and I've just been live in my Facebook group doing a channeling and prayers, and the channel opens up and it always leaves me very emotional. But something that was coming through while I was there, and something that has come through many times about God, are the words that come to me: gentle warrior of light. And I think it was this time last year when I was holding space with a friend. We were both working together in a retreat, and on the Sunday I was doing my sound and my voice and the healing and drumming, because I do shamanic work as well, and all these lovely sounds. But there was a baby present in the room, and it brought in a whole new energy into the space, and it was absolutely beautiful. And all that kept singing through me was, I am a gentle warrior of light. And I am writing a song about it, and I will eventually get that out. If there's anybody out there who would like to collaborate with me music-wise, I would be really open to that, because I can sing the song, I can sing it into my phone, but I can't put it down on music. So there's a call that just came in there, so I'm following God's lead on that. So and just the channel, and this is like God Speaks, because God is speaking to each and every one of us, and it's so important that we take the time to listen to what God is replying to us when we call out to Him in our despair and in our darkness. And when we say thank you also. I'm not saying we only talk to God when we need something, but a lot of the time, if we're to be totally honest, that would be the case. I used to bargain with God, and I'd say to Him, if you do this, oh please make this happen, and then I'll do that, or I'll pray, or I promise I'll pray. And I've always prayed a lot at night when I was going to bed. Not so much that I'd be telling people I was praying, but I would pray. And I had a little list of things I'd go through, and it was the same format all the time. So it was probably, when I even as I say this to you now, it was probably more like, oh, let's just do this and get it done with. Whereas now when I speak with God, it's like I love the Lord's Prayer, and I love Our Lady's Prayer, but I speak and I have a conversation with God. And so this is part of the message that I have to make you all become aware of. And this is part of the reason that God has called to me to be His messenger. You must realize that God is speaking to you too. And your angels are speaking to you, and your loved ones are speaking to you. And you're not going crazy if you think that that's the case. You're not unworthy of having God speak to you, or having an angel speak to you. Why would you be? Why would you be unworthy? Why would God want to put you down and say you're not worthy to hear my message, when all He wants us to do is hear His message? So what better way to hear it than through Him, rather than somebody else's experience of His message? Like, allow it to come straight in to you. Allow you to receive your own individual, unique message, that even somebody else receiving that message for you is not going to hold the same essence as you actually experiencing it and feeling it for yourself. Because God knows exactly how you need to hear it, when you need to hear it, what you need to hear, or if you need to feel it more than you need to hear it, or if you need to experience it play out in front of you in a different way. God knows exactly how you need to hear him, how you need to experience him. And he's waiting. He's waiting for your gentle soul, your gentle warrior of light soul to step up. And there was a similar message that came through in my Honest to God group. The link will be in the description, my Facebook group. And there was a live channeling there earlier, and he's calling us back, you know, and it's about simplicity. And so I feel that God has been edged out, and when we look at the word ego is edge God out, turn it around, you know. And it's like by bringing God back to you, to yourself. Be the source of God within you, and let God be your source, you know. So it's so important. And you know, when I sit down to do these videos, I don't always know, I don't write anything down. It's part of just the way that I am, because I just let spirit work. But you know, I never know what's actually going to come out, because I genuinely thought I was going to be talking about being a gentle warrior of light, but it just transforms into something else. And of course, you know, to go back to that point, you know, God is just calling us all. We are warriors, but warriors don't have to be at war. We can be just a warrior for the light, and just filling ourselves with that light, that we're just spreading it wherever we go. And the gentle warrior is all about love. And God asks us, that's his, like, he's calling us. Like I said in the last the last God Speaks, God is calling us back to love. So be the love, be the gentle warrior of light. And just let it pour through you and ooze from you. So fill yourself with it, so that you may, you know, transmit it or share it, or just let it come out of you, be your essence in everything that you do. And you know, I sit here and as this is channeling through me, yes, that it sounds so easy and so beautiful, and yet, you know, are we all totally practicing that? No. So it's about becoming aware, like a friend and I spoke about earlier today, the awareness of how we act or react, and how we can change that. And you ask yourself, what would God do? What would God have me do in this situation? And again, ego, that when it kicks in with us, how it's putting God outside. And you know, it's like when you say yes to your ego, you're saying no to God. And somebody described that to me one day, and I got it was like I was afraid to step into something that I know in my heart and soul I need to be doing. And they said to me, you know, that when you sit there in that fear, you're not allowing God in. You're actually stopping him from coming to you. And that made me cry. And I just went, wow, yes. Because I saw the truth of it and I realized it. And I just said, I can't do this anymore, to me or to God. Because when we're edging God out, we're edging ourselves out. We're allowing our ego to be more important than our soul. So what would God have you do? Would you like to be a gentle warrior of light? Would you like to be able to walk in an easier, gentle way, as another friend of mine to say, there has to be an easier, gentle way, you know? Would you like to live a simpler life? Would you like to let go of pain, hurt, frustration? Well, then become a gentle warrior of light and allow yourself to be brought back to that gentleness, that love that is, love can just bring people to their knees. Love can make people lay down their weapons or ease their voice or just take away their pain. A lot of our anger comes from pain. A lot of our frustration comes from hurt. A lot of our confusion comes from just never ever knowing what it felt like to be really truly appreciated, or to have really really appreciated ourselves. So when God speaks through me for you, ask him, what would you have me do, God? Or what would you do? And see what you're actually capable of doing when you know that God has his hand in it, which he does with everything, but sometimes we need reminding of that also. God has a hand in everything that you do. And even if you make a mistake, he's there, because you can always right that mistake, or you can always move forward from that mistake to something better, you know? You've got to understand that, like, being a human being is a challenge. It's also the greatest gift, because you're learning all the time. And as you're learning, you're also unraveling so much of the past. And you're letting it go as you transform. And God, all that this journey is the journey back home to God. And we are learning so much. And the gentle warriors of light are holding so much light at the moment for the world, for the collective. And even if you don't understand what God is asking of you, be prepared to just be part of the light, be part of the love. Because love is the greatest power, the greatest gift. And that's what you need to hold in your hands as the gentle warrior of light. And so God, we thank you. We thank you for your everlasting love. We thank you for showing us how to love ourselves first, and then everyone else. We thank you for your blessings and your lessons, no matter how they come into our lives, and no matter how much we may rebel against you when we go through the harshness of life. We will remember that your hand is in it, and we will thank you for your grace, for showing us how we have chosen to learn. And we will let go of the fight and become a gentle warrior of light. Thank you. God bless. And say the Lord's Prayer and thank Him as you say it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. God bless. Thank you.